This is CBC Here and Now.
Well, it's been an action-packed day here at the Labrador Winter Games, and they're just getting set up for the Northern Games here at the E.J. Broomfield Arena. I'll have lots more of the action coming up on Here and Now.
Good evening and welcome to Here and Now. Our top story tonight, RNC Constable Doug Snelgrove is officially being retried for sexual assault.
Now, Snelgrove was fighting to stop that from happening, but today the country's highest court dismissed those attempts.
Many people will remember the controversy involving Snelgrove.
His court case dominated headlines before, during, and after his trial.
Here Now's Katie Breen joins us now. So Katie, walk us through this development.
Well, Constable Snelgrove will have a new trial. We're just not sure when. He was acquitted of sexual assault 2 years ago, found not guilty. But now there's a chance that could change.
Today, the Supreme Court of Canada determined the original judge on the case erred in her instructions to the jury 2 years ago. She didn't properly explain the issue of consent involving a person in a position of authority. So, the case will go to trial again, despite Snelgrove's efforts to get the not guilty verdict to stick. Last time in court, Snelgrove admitted to having sex with an intoxicated woman while he was in police uniform and on duty. It was Christmas 4 years ago. He had given the then 21-year-old a ride home from downtown in his cruiser. They went inside. That's when he says they had consensual sex. She says she can't remember whether she consented or not. She testified she was too drunk to stand up. In 2017, the jury found Snelgrove not guilty. But that verdict sent protesters into the streets.
No justice, no peace! No justice, no peace!
Many people taking issue with how consent is proven in the court of law, which of course will be at the center of the new trial. Snelgrove is currently suspended without pay from the Royal Newfoundland Constabulary. The force isn't commenting on today's development, and neither will lawyers on either side of the case.
So, as of right now, not sure when the new trial will happen, but it will happen, and that means Snelgrove and the complainant will have to relive that night before the courts again.
Thanks, Katie. That's Here Now's Katie Breen reporting live.
And just like that, he's out. Yesterday, the head chef and part owner of Mallard Cottage said that he was getting into politics. But just an hour ago, Todd Parrott announced that he does not want the PC nomination in St. John's East Kitty-Vitty after all. On Twitter, Parrott said he made the decision to pull out after careful consideration. He says becoming a politician would require him to be more hands-off in his business ventures than he initially realized. And he says his business is his passion. And Parrott did go on to say that he still supports Ches Crosby and the Progressive Conservatives. The province has appointed an interim privacy commissioner as it tries to find a replacement for Donovan Malloy. Victoria Woodworth-Linus will be in that job until somebody else is hired on a permanent basis. Now, she has worked in senior jobs in municipal affairs as well as in the Justice Department, also worked as the director of the Access to Information Office. Malloy quit his job to take another position as a judge in the Northwest Territories.
Well, it's Friday and our first spring storm is on the way. Let's take a quick look at what's coming down the pipes tonight. So we do have a wind warning in place for the Rec House area. Gusts up to 150 kilometers an hour expected overnight tonight. And we also have a wind warning up the coast towards Gros Morne, about 120 kilometers expected there for the gusts. And as we go along the south coast, Burin and the entire Avalon in for some rain tonight, about 10 to 20 millimeters of rain overnight tonight, and then another round of rain tomorrow. So this is how the system is going to play out overnight tonight. You can see that it's going to bring a bit of snow in the front, then that mix of freezing rain, and then some rain in behind and some snow for southeastern Labrador. So in the east, we'll start to see that around midnight tonight. Going to be some pretty heavy rain. Going to mean that the snowpack on the ground is going to take quite a hit tomorrow, and we're in for some nice warm temperatures. I'll have all those details coming up.
Well, there's certainly some people in different parts of the province that would like to hear Carolyn talk about the snow and ice taking a hit somewhere else. It has been an incredible winter for ice in the Strait of Belle Isle, and there is no sign of any relief. Icebreakers like the Henry Larson that you see here in file footage, they sometimes have to back up and ram through the ice over and over and over again just to get through it. The conditions have kept the ferry from crossing for weeks at a time, and even with icebreaker assistance, it's not always possible. So that's leaving store shelves in southern Labrador pretty bare. And this week, the Larson took on another role. It delivered groceries from the island.
On Monday, the Henry Larson loaded 60 pallets of provisions in Corner Brook and delivered that into Blanc Sablon on Tuesday, and they came back and took a second load on Wednesday and delivered that on Thursday this week.
We'll hear more from Paul Weber later in the show, but when the Coast Guard isn't supplying food to ice-choked ports, it's got a lot of other work to do. Its crews are helping out elsewhere, such as this case. Check this out. Yesterday, the Captain Molly Cool was called to the Cabot Strait, about 60 nautical miles off Port aux Basques, to provide towing assistance. That tanker, carrying 8 million litres of petroleum, lost its steering capabilities, and while the vessel and crew are not in any danger, they did need assistance to get to port for repairs. The Coast Guard says there is no sign of any pollution.
Well, now to some sad news from the West Coast. A woman from the Rocky Harbor area was killed Wednesday evening after her snowmobile hit a fence post. She was driving a new snowmobile on her property when she hit the post just before 7 p.m. The woman died later in hospital in Norris Point. Police say there was no indication of any impairment and she was wearing a helmet. And at the Muskrat Falls inquiry today, testimony focused on escalating cost estimates, which weren't shared with key players. The inquiry heard those paying back the $5 billion loan for the project, the co-signer and a loan negotiator were all kept out of the loop. Here and now, Cease Hare explains.
Not even this guy was in the loop. James Meany was Nalcor's senior person negotiating the $5 billion loan guarantee. In the 7 months before the guarantee was finalized, the estimated cost of the project was $7 billion, not the 6.2 number that the public was told.
There was an expectation that we're going to need to provide an updated cost estimate prior to financial close. And we had been raising that point, but through the summer we did not receive any information on that.
He also didn't know that before the loan was a done deal, the bids that came in were $600 million over the original estimate. He admits he should have known about these things, and he doesn't know why he wasn't told. He says Nalcor CEO Ed Martin had a tight grip on the flow of information, where it was sent, and who saw it when.
The understanding within the organization is, if anything with respect to, a cost update or a schedule update, Ed had to sign off on that before it was going to start moving through the steps of further consultation.
In the weeks before the loan deal was signed, the low estimate of $6.2 billion was updated to $6.5 billion, not the $7 billion that Nalcor's project management team estimated 5 months earlier. In the days before the loan agreement was signed, Canada wrote Meany expressing concerns about the perception of cost increases and maybe some elements of withholding that. Canada's concerns didn't end there. Just under 2 years after it signed off as a co-signer to the loan, it was told the estimated cost of the project had climbed to $7.65 billion, which had not been mentioned in Nalcor's monthly reports. Cease Hare, CBC News, St. John's.
Management at the Aquarina pool in St. John's is taking quick action after getting some complaints. Well, Greg Tobin posted these photos of corroded lockers and a gritty floor smeared with salt and muck to Facebook. And he said this is what he and his 8-year-old daughter see whenever they go to the locker room there. And after this week's swim, he had enough and went public with his complaints about these conditions. Well, management quickly promised to replace the rusty lockers. And they say the problem is caused by high humidity in the change room. And for now, replacement steel lockers have been moved in there from another change room, but the plan is to eventually install plastic lockers. As for Tobin, he says he doesn't understand why nothing was done until he complained about it.
Well, Labrador's premier sporting event is winding down.
That's right. We're into the final days of competition at the Labrador Winter Games, which we've been bringing to you all week. It certainly has been an exciting week, and we've got more for you tonight.
Yes, let's go back to Happy Valley Goose Bay now, where Here and Now's Jacob Barker is standing by. So, Jacob, yesterday we were there for the start of the Northern Games. You covered some of the competition last night. How did it go?
Yeah, I did want to show you some of that, but just before I do that, you can see they're all set up for the seal crawl here. The second night is going to get underway in just a little bit of time from now. It's a really cool event. If you do have a chance, there's a live stream online. I encourage people to check it out. But I did want to talk about last night. First place in the over the rope, a really difficult contest, was Chantal Bercy of Labrador City. She won in the last competition 3 years ago. There she hit her record of 44 times, a record for the games of going over the rope. This time she got 31. That was enough to win it. She missed a lot of training because of her herniated disc, but that didn't seem to bother her, that she didn't break her record this time.
I was 3 years younger then. Yeah.
So you feel pretty good about today?
I do. And I have my #1 fan in the audience, my daughter, Colby. Yeah. And I heard her say, "Mom, come on, keep going." And she told me when she yelled that, "Do 5 more." And I punched 5 more, and that was it.
Wow. You heard her over all that noise?
Oh God, yes.
Another amazing story that came out of the seal crawl, the over the rope competition last night. Claire Sainsbury of Cartwright. I spoke with her 3 years ago when she was competing. She got over the rope that time 14 times. This time she got 30, and that was enough to get her second place in the event. And she overcame a lot in the months leading up to the games. Take a look at her performance and hear what she had to say. What were you thinking there when you were going? Like, what was going through your mind?
Everything. Get over the rope. I wanted to do my best, and I gave it my all. So.
Have you been getting ready for this? Have you wanted to conquer it again?
No, I actually 5 months ago I had an emergency open heart surgery, so that was my push, and it really helped because I wanted to be here, and I didn't think I was. So it's so good to be here and do good.
And what does it feel like to come out with a showing like that?
Amazing. Amazing. That's the only word I can say.
Was it a foot cramp there at the end? I heard you had a foot cramp.
Yeah, my left foot cramped up really bad, my second last rope, so.
That's what finished it for you?
Yeah.
Can you top that, do you think?
No, I don't think. Maybe if I had a different technique, but that's all I could do. I really tried for a little bit more, but that's it. That's all I had. Yep.
Way to go, Claire.
Thanks.
That was awesome. So you can see the athletes here really are pushing themselves to the limit when it comes to winning this event. There'll be more to come tonight, and I'll be back later in the show as well.
Thanks, Jacob.
Yeah, man, oh man, that is a workout. I don't think I could do it maybe once.
That looked so
With
tough.
Springboard, maybe.
The expression on her face, it
Incredible.
looked like pure agony.
Yeah, fantastic.
This weather update is brought to you by the Healthcare Foundation Home Lottery. Bonus deadline is midnight, Friday, April 5th. Order now at hcfhomelottery.ca.
Well, the weekend's here. We've been talking about Saturday almost all week. I got my hammock out because you told me it was going to be really warm, right?
Yeah, it is. It's an interesting setup on Saturday, actually. There's a little bit of a break, a window in between rain. Okay. I'll get to that in a second. Let's start out with our weather on the way headlines. So these are the three main things to keep in mind with the weather over the next couple of days. We have rain and wind for the entire island tonight. Snow for Labrador a bit tonight, but most of it falling tomorrow, mostly for the southeastern portion of Labrador. And then we have some mild temperatures coming in tomorrow, particularly for the St. John's area. So this is the system that's going to be affecting us tonight. You can see it's just over the Maritimes right now. And this is going to bring with it a wreck house wind warning, 150 kilometers an hour. The winds are expected to reach in that area tonight. Strong winds up the coast as well, 120 kilometers an hour gusts there, and lots of rain along the coast, the South Coast, Burin, and the entire Avalon Peninsula. A total of 40 millimeters of rain tonight and then tomorrow night as well. So put all that together and that's what we're going to get. So this is the system as it starts to hit the island. First some snow, then some freezing rain, and then rain in behind there. You can see for the Avalon Peninsula, it's going to be hitting around midnight tonight. So if you're heading out, you're going to want to bring your raincoat this evening for sure. And it's going to be quite windy as well in the east tonight. And then you can see the snow up the northern peninsula and some snowfall for southeastern Labrador overnight tonight, but not a whole lot there. So we're looking at about 10 to 20 millimeters of rain for the south coast tonight. Those winds gusting up to 70 for pretty much everyone. Could get up to 80 in northeastern portion of the island. For the west coast, 10 to 20 millimeters of rain there as well, with those high winds in the wreck house area. And as we move up, 5 to 10 millimeters for Corner Brook and about 5 millimeters for the central area tonight. So as we move into Labrador, not a whole lot of snowfall tonight, only about 2 centimeters for the Cartwright area, 2 to 4 for Happy Valley, Goose Bay. It's going to be quite chilly in Lab City tonight with minus 25 as the wind chill. So this is what's going to be happening tomorrow. Here we are, Saturday, 4 a.m. It's still raining in the east. Going to continue on through the morning. The snow is going to get a bit heavier for parts of southeastern Labrador, so that rain continuing, but then we get this little break in between and temperatures are going to bump up there. So this is the part of the day when you're going to want to get out of your house, because not soon behind that we're going to have another round of rain in the evening hours. So if you're in the St. John's area, we're looking at about 4 degrees to start your day, and those overnight rains will start to ease in the morning. Then in the afternoon, about 12 degrees as the high for the St. John's area. A little bit of a caveat with that. If you're along the coast, it's only going to be about 7 degrees, but as you go inland, that's when it should warm up to those double digits. And then for the evening hours, we're going to have another 5 to 10 millimeters of rain coming through and temperatures dipping down to 4 degrees. And then that rain will change over to some flurries overnight tonight. So for the rest of the province, about 5 to 10 millimeters of rain expected for the southern portion of the island. Temperatures quite nice though in central areas, 9 degrees with a chance of showers there in the morning. And for the west coast, those single digit temperatures, but still quite nice. The winds easing during the day there tomorrow. But as we get up to Labrador, the heavier snow there, 5 to 10 centimeters expected for the Cartwright area tomorrow. Winds not too bad, northeasterlies gusting up to 50. And you can see this snow and rain mix right there. So if you're in the Lancelot area, then you're going to see that kind of messy mix there and in St. Anthony. And for the rest of Labrador, about 5 centimeters of snow expected with this system for Happy Valley, Goose Bay tomorrow, 2 centimeters for the Churchill Falls area. So it's going to be a bit of a snowy day there tomorrow. And coming up, I'll let you know what Sunday is shaping up like. But for now, let's go back to the Labrador Winter Games in Happy Valley, Goose Bay, where competitors are getting ready for tomorrow's dog team races. And our reporter Jacob Barker joins me now. And Jacob, I understand you had a sneak peek at what's coming.
Yeah, I did actually get a chance to head out today and meet with one of those mushers. There was a little bit of controversy this year over the dog team races. They did become an exhibition event, and that caused some of the teams not to show up, which was unfortunate. They're hoping to get it back in the games. Well, one musher I spoke with was hoping to get it back in the games. That's William Russell, and I did get a chance to stop by and meet his team.
Hey, boy, come on. Hey, boy. It's my lead dog. He's the best dog in the team, this fella.
Why is he the best?
I don't know why he's the best, but he is. He's the fastest runner and he's a hard worker.
He's well behaved too, hey?
Yes. This is my second leader over there, Tomo. The gray one turned back on, Gibson. This is my other dog named Buddy.
Okay.
This one here is called Shadow. She's only 11 months old, this one.
What do you feed him?
Well, yeah, usually seal meat and fish.
Traditional sport, traditional foods, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
My dogs for quite a few years now. Enjoys going in races. Keep coming back to winter games every chance I get the dog team. Boy, it's a lot of hard work to keep a dog team, and you don't mind that all the same if you enjoy dogs. And there's another thing, it's a traditional thing for us to keep the tradition alive, the dog team. So.
Not all the teams are here that should be, right?
Yeah, they took it at the winter games this year, so I was a little concerned about that. A lot of people, well, hopefully they're going to put it back in the winter games for the next winter games, hopefully.
How do you win? Like, how do you get a faster team than the other team?
Well, it's how you train the dogs a lot of times, but the breed of dogs makes a lot of difference too, yeah.
Okay.
And it depends on the going, the situation, you know, if it's hard going or a lot of snow, so.
Mm-hmm. It's an event that's been at the games since the beginning too, right? From what I understand.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's an important event.
Yeah, it's very important. Yeah, to keep the dog team alive, I think.
Why should somebody come watch tomorrow?
Boy, it's a great race for sure. It's gonna be a great race, you know, and nice to see traditional dog teams, traditional life for a dog team anyway.
So that race is going to get underway tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Of course, the games will sadly wrap up tomorrow evening with closing ceremonies. Reporting live for Here Now in Happy Valley Goose Bay, I'm Jacob Barker.
All right, thanks, Jacob. And I should mention, of course, Ashley Brawweiler's been there all week and having a good time and learning a bit about Labrador on her debut trip there. And she'll be back next week, right?
Yeah, she'll be back on Monday.
She doesn't worry about the weather anymore.
That's right.
She'll be back.
She'll be back.
You think of the Coast Guard, you often think of helping people who are in trouble at sea, but what about delivering groceries? A first for Labrador. That's coming up. Welcome back to Here and Now. As you told you, quite a year for ice around the island. Paul Weber's going to sort of educate us a little bit. So you at the Coast Guard have been doing some different things of late.
Absolutely. It's been an exceptional ice year for us, and the icebreakers have been called to do a number of taskings this year that in some ways go above and beyond for us.
Well, let's talk about that a bit, because obviously delivering groceries is not something we all associate with the Coast Guard. How does that become one of your responsibilities?
Well, as you're aware, with regards to the icebreaking program, we provide escort to ferries, to commercial shipping, trying to keep the ships moving within the region. But at times when they can't move, we have to look at other measures to try to provide the provisions that are required. And we work in conjunction with public safety and the province to bring that about. So it's a coordinated effort between a number of different agencies, departments to pull this together.
Right. So specifically in terms of Labrador, what has been going on?
Well, the ice conditions up in throughout the Gulf of St. Lawrence really have been really tough this year. Ships typically don't need escort, have needed escort through the ice this year. So because of that, the ferry running to Labrador has not crossed for a period of time because of the ice conditions. And since the provisions are essential up on the Labrador coast, public safety has put out the request to us to provide some assistance with that.
Right. And so that assistance takes the rather, I guess, forthright form of you actually putting some of the provisions on Coast Guard vessels instead of the ferry.
Correct, yeah. So this week on Monday, the Henry Larson loaded 60 pallets of provisions in Corner Brook and delivered that into Blanc-Sablon on Tuesday. And they came back and took a second load on Wednesday and delivered that on Thursday this week.
All right, so that those kinds of things are just provisions and the kinds of goods that people need.
Correct, some of the essentials that they require. So the Larson's able to put that in climate-controlled environment on board the ship and transport it up there. And even with the Larson heading up there, it took much longer than usual to head up there because of the ice conditions. There were several hours backing and ramming just to get into Blanc-Sablon with the cargo.
And normally, how long would it be?
Oh, it depends on weather, wind, a number of different things. But I know the transit took much longer than typically it would going up there.
Now, I know that it's difficult to predict the future, but any sense as to whether the ice and winds will help you? We're kind of windy right now, actually, but will the wind help you out at some point?
Well, we always look for the weather impacts to try to give us some advantage working with the ice. We know tomorrow we'll get some northeasterly wind. Typically with the heavy ice that we have, it takes prolonged wind, favorable wind. It takes prolonged warmer temperatures to really make a difference. But any little bit helps, obviously, and we'll work with whatever we got.
Right, so you may have more deliveries yet to go to Labrador.
Well, that's yet to be determined. So we'll see how the things pan out with the ice this weekend and go from there.
All right, Paul, appreciate that update. Let's hope the ice doesn't last too much longer. Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
And you're sitting there, as I understand your evidence, believing that the most up-to-date cost estimate is still the 6.2.
We had been given indication that it was there was pressure, but the only number we were aware of prior to November 1st was 6.2.
Well, as we heard earlier in the show, there was more controversial testimony at the Muskrat Falls inquiry today.
Another person at the top level of Nalcor says he was not in the loop when it came to just how much Muskrat Falls was starting to cost in the early days of the project.
Welcome back to Here and Now. Well, now back to the Muskrat Falls inquiry, where there are more revelations about who knew what about the escalating costs of the project. A high-level financial manager at Nalcor says he did not know the cost of the mega project was becoming so expensive in the early stages of the development.
You know, James Meany admits that he wasn't aware the project team had produced a new estimate. This was in July of 2013, that the final forecast cost had increased to $7 billion. In the weeks before the loan deal was signed, the low estimate, a lot of numbers here, but I'm trying to help you do the math. The low estimate was $6.2 billion. Add $300 million to that, it was updated to $6.5 billion. But Nalcor's project management team estimated months earlier that it had actually reached $7 billion, so $500 million more. Here's Nalcor's Vice President of Finance, James Meany, and inquiry lawyer Barry Learmonth.
Through the summer of 2013, we had been indicating to Ed and Gilbert and the project team that, you know, there was an expectation that we're going to need to provide an updated cost estimate prior to financial close. And we had been raising that point, but through the summer we did not receive any information on that, and it wasn't until early November that we had been given an indication in a presentation that we did with Canada and the independent engineer that the cost was up approximately $300 million. So that would have been in early November.
November 2013. But
correct.
If you're the finance team and you're dealing with, you know, up until before financial close, you had extensive dealings with the federal government. There was discussion after discussion or written comments in the emails about cost estimates and so on. And are you telling the commissioner that the information on cost estimates beyond the 6.202, which was the DG3 number, are you saying that that information was not communicated to you?
No, it was not. No, we weren't aware of a change in the capital cost number until early November, and as I mentioned, at that point in time, we were notified that it was up approximately $300 million.
Do you find that an unusual situation, that you're in charge of, you have a big responsibility for the Lower Churchill project, correct, at this time?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. And Derek Sturge on your team is the Chief Financial Officer?
Correct.
And you don't have up-to-date current cost estimates? Is that something that is acceptable to you?
We were trying to get an update and it wasn't coming, so yes, I mean, we should have been made aware sooner than we were.
Well, you didn't find out about these estimates until you read the Grant Thornton report, you said.
Yeah, in terms of the numbers that were discussed, the $7 billion number, that's correct. I wasn't aware of that until I read it in the Grant Thornton report.
And what was your reaction when you read the Grant Thornton report and realized that in July 2013 there was an estimate of $7 billion, so that's $800 million past the DG2 number, with a comment qualification that it might be mitigated to 6.9 or 6.8. What was your reaction when you became aware of that information, given your involvement in the project and the fact that you're at the top of the chain, or you and Derek Sturge are, on financial matters? What was your reaction?
We were surprised.
It's an emotional day today for the families of Humboldt Broncos crash victims. Many of them were in court as the truck driver responsible was given his sentence. Jaskarat Singh Sidhu pleaded guilty in January to 29 counts of dangerous driving causing death or bodily injury. He's going to serve 8 years in prison, lose his license, and he might face deportation. The CBC's Karen Pauls has more on the sentence and the reaction.
Jaskarat Singh Sidhu left the courthouse today, heading to prison for 8 years, nearly a year after driving through a flashing stop sign into the path of the Humboldt Broncos tour bus, killing 16 people, injuring 13 others. This is the highest sentence ever given in Canada for dangerous driving not involving impairment. Some of the families are disappointed. It wasn't as much as they were hoping for.
I wish it was 8 years for the deaths and 5 years for the injury.
There's no number that would have made me happy.
It doesn't change what's happened, and like we have a lifetime sentence. He gets 6 months for Adam's life.
Others trying to find any small light in this tragedy. Mark Dahlgren's son Caleb suffered a brain injury and neck and back injuries in the crash.
We have to find some positives out of it. The trucking industry is one, seatbelts on buses is another.
Judge Inez Cardinal balanced the fact that Sidhu pleaded guilty, saving families an excruciating trial, but also said it was inconceivable he blew through a handful of signs warning him an intersection was coming up. The Crown had asked for 10 years. He was satisfied.
The Crown trusts that this sentence will send a very strong message to everyone using our highways. And that message is that criminal driving will not be tolerated.
Sidhu's family hasn't spoken to the media throughout this process. His uncle made a brief statement today.
On behalf of my family, I would like to express my sincere sympathy to the 29 families.
There's never been a case like this before in Canada. No legal precedent for the sentence, something already being debated in legal circles.
There's a message she was sending. Look, even if you're an inexperienced driver, that's no excuse for not adhering to the rules of the road.
There's no word yet if the defense will appeal and ask for a lower sentence. Families now say they need to prepare for an excruciating anniversary coming up in just a couple of weeks. A memorial service is being planned in Humboldt for April the 6th. Families say it will be another heartbreaking experience. Karen Pauls, CBC News, Melfort, Saskatchewan.
Well, it's the biggest home-sharing brand in the world, but what happens when an Airbnb plan goes Airbnb and bad? This week, Marketplace investigates how the travel giant handles some common complaints, including last-minute cancellations. Chelsea Agro reports.
That was actually quite neat.
David Jackal spent months planning his 5-week 50th birthday getaway to Mexico. He booked his Airbnb rental 6 months in advance.
The price was amazing, really.
But 3 days before he was supposed to check in, his host canceled on him.
Okay, so now this has just gone serious.
At the last minute, Airbnb offered Jackal 2 alternatives, but he says they just didn't compare.
Price-wise, the comparison was spot on. Amenity-wise and everything else, not even close.
At the last minute, the only similar Airbnb Jackal says he could find was over $6,000 more than his original rental. He expected Airbnb would take care of the difference.
So the only way that I find that I have any recourse going back after Airbnb would be to book another Airbnb listing.
Jackal's not alone. Travel blogger Asher Ferguson reviewed more than 1,000 Airbnb guest stories after his own negative experience, and he noticed a trend.
Of the over 1,000 negative reviews we studied, 20% cited the host canceled the stay.
Airbnb only pay a percentage. We do not cover the whole total cost, okay?
After exchanging emails and phone calls with Airbnb for several months, Jackal was told he was not entitled to a full refund.
But hours after Marketplace told Airbnb we were investigating Jackal's complaint, he did get his money back, more than $6,000. When we asked Airbnb why the sudden change of heart, the company wouldn't answer. But it did tell us negative incidents are extremely rare, and when they do happen, it tries to make them right. David, do you know that this is a $30 billion company and you took them on and you won?
I don't want to say that I took them on, but I didn't give up. How's that?
Jackal is just back from another trip to Mexico, but this time he stayed at a resort. Chelsea Agro, CBC News, Spruce Grove, Alberta.
Tough as nails. It's been a week of firsts at the Labrador Winter Games for Here and Now's meteorologist Ashley Brawweiler.
Yeah, going for a ride. Up next, she'll try one more new event, the grueling Labra-thon.
Weather update is brought to you by 811 Healthline. Medical advice, health information, mental health, and healthy eating. Dial 811. It's free and confidential.
Not a bad day today.
No, it was
at all.
nice.
Temperatures were on the right side of zero.
Yep. Actually, for most places today in the
good.
province, just have a look at the highs today. Not one place on this map below zero. What do you know? Pretty nice. But you know what? We should really enjoy this while we can, because unfortunately next week these temperatures are going to be dropping again. So quick recap of what's coming tonight, because there is so much coming tonight. We have lots of wind on the west coast, particularly the Wreck House area. Lots of rain coming, a total of 40 millimeters of rain between tonight and tomorrow for the south coast. So we have about 5 to 10 tonight for the south coast overnight. And oh, sorry, this is tomorrow. This isn't tonight. So we have another 5 to 10 coming for the south coast tomorrow, 5 to 10 tonight and 5 to 10 tomorrow, and about 2 to 4 millimeters of rain in the morning for the St. John's area. Temperatures getting up to 12 degrees hopefully tomorrow. If you're along the coast though, it's going to feel much cooler than that, probably around 6 or 7 degrees. On the west coast, 6 degrees as the high there, with some morning showers, and up along in Labrador, some snowfall, 5 to 10 centimeters for the Cartwright area, but 1 degree, at least it's above zero there tomorrow. And Happy Valley Goose Bay looking about 2 to 4 centimeters of snow, and temperatures around -6 in Lab City. So here we are Saturday night into Sunday. That snowfall in southeastern Labrador continues. We get another round of rain after the rain that we had earlier in the day on Saturday, and mixed with that should be some flurries. So it's going to be warm during the day on Saturday, but then we should be getting some flurries overnight in the nighttime. In the northeast coast, looking at some flurries as well, and continuing for the southeast coast early Sunday morning. Things start to clear off, some cloud cover for the east, some snow up along the northern peninsula, and a little bit for the southeastern portion of Labrador, but then things start to clear off on Sunday. So we're looking at those early morning flurries for St. John's, 5 degrees as the high, so still pretty nice, 5 degrees, and mainly cloudy day for central areas, and some flurries along the west coast there. Temperatures already starting to dip down. Lab City looking at -14 on Sunday, so you can see things are really taking a turn already. So Sunday night into a Monday, we're looking at a bit of snow coming through. There's some disagreement as to exactly where the snow will end up, but this is the picture right now, looking at the south coast and central areas, Corner Brook area. This is Monday night, and as well portions of Labrador. So St. John's looking at a mix of sun and cloud on Monday, 4 degrees, so still not too bad. 1 in Marystown with the potential for that snowfall as well for central areas, and some snow along the west coast there. And Cartwright looking at -13, so you can see temperatures are getting well into the minus double digits next week. So Monday overnight into Tuesday, things clear off. Bit of snowfall there, and some cloud cover for the west coast. Getting into Wednesday afternoon, things start to clear off quite nicely. So for the east on Tuesday, that snowfall still at 1 degree, but Tuesday night things start to dip down again, and into Wednesday we had that mix of sun and cloud, and -4 as the high. So we're out of those double digit temperatures for sure into next week. Wednesday, mix of sun and cloud for central areas. Temperatures chilly there as well for the west coast. Some snowfall on Monday and Tuesday, clearing on Wednesday. Cooler temperatures there as well for Labrador. A nice stretch of sun and cloud on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for the east. And for western Labrador, similar story. A mix of sun and cloud right through, and some chilly overnight temperatures for sure. And that's your forecast. Anthony, back to you.
Well, thanks, Carolyn. We'll hear now as meteorologist Ashley Brawweiler, as you know, has been away. She'll be back with us in the studio next week. She's been very busy at the Labrador Winter Games in Happy Valley Goose Bay all week, including trying lots of new things. And that includes something called the Labra-thon.
So can you give me a little bit of history behind the Labrador Winter Games and this specific Labra-thon?
The Labra-thon was designed by my late father Max and a gentleman named Mr. Ebert Broomfield, and the event is actually based on the life of a Labrador trapper. So everything in this event is something a trapper would have done to survive while they were out on the land trapping or fishing. The Labra-thon is about the tradition of the trapper. Even though it's a sporting event, it's meant to honor the life of a trapper. We have 4 tilts. The record is actually 14 minutes and 5 seconds, and once you actually see kind of what goes into it and you realize what they do in those 14 to 15, 20 minutes is pretty amazing. So once the competitors leave the start line, they get all their gear in the toboggan, put on their snowshoes, head to tilt number 1. Tilt number 1 is where they start a fire and boil a kettle. Once the kettle's boiled, deemed boiled by the judge, they put out their fire, get their equipment ready, and head off to tilt number 2. Tilt number 2 is pretty straightforward. It's target shooting. They shoot down 5 targets from a distance of 25 yards. Once they do that, they head to tilt number 3, which is the log saw, where they saw through a 6x6 and then set a trap. Woo! And then once they complete that, then they head to tilt number 4, which is, as my dad always said, separated the men from the boys, because it's the ice chisel. And that is probably the most popular tilt in the whole event. It's the last one. And it's probably the hardest, because by that point you're very tired, you use a lot of upper body strength, and you have to chisel through the ice with a chisel, or you may use your axe.
Yeah! Did it!
Oh, my sweet
There
you go. Congratulations.
Oh, that was great.
Not too bad, eh?
No! That was amazing.
38 minutes.
38 minutes! Yay, Ashley.
Yeah, well done.
Nice
Well
job.
done.
They really put her through her paces,
Yeah,
though.
so
My
they did.
goodness.
Great job with the ice chisel, too. She's going to come back all in shape and everything.
Or exhausted.
Good to have you back.
Isn't this gorgeous? We've been talking about all the negative things about all of the ice along the coastlines, but just look how beautiful this is. There is something positive to all of the ice for sure.
It's like art.
Yes. I'll let you know where in the province this was taken after the break.
Welcome back. A little winter fun for you now. A New Brunswick man went to extreme lengths to get a big laugh out of his neighbors. Carl Burton succeeded beyond his expectations when he built this rather massive snowman, 10 meters high. And if you take a look, that smiling, frosty look-alike, he towers over his house. And you see that Burton used a traffic cone, that's the nose, not a gigantic carrot. Bicycle wheels for the buttons, and it took 4 car tires to make the hat. And in case you're tempted to do the same, he says it took about 500,000 shovels of snow. And he admits he did have a little help from his friends, one of whom had a tractor. Impressive, no doubt, but far from a Guinness record, believe it or not. That honor went to the town of Bethel, Maine, for building a snow woman almost as high as the Statue of Liberty.
My goodness.
So you got a ways to go.
Wow, that is one massive snowman.
Overachiever in New Brunswick. Yeah. It's Friday, right?
It's Friday.
Well, that means it's time to take a look at who's celebrating anniversaries and birthdays.
Congratulations to Thomas and Beatrice Bolger on their 60th wedding anniversary. They're from Labrador City and now live in Middle Sackville, Nova Scotia.
And happy 50th anniversary to Oswald and Elizabeth Fiquette from Old Fort Bay, Quebec.
Another golden anniversary to celebrate. Happy 50th anniversary today to Thomas and Olive Lynch.
And congratulations to Graham and Patricia Russell of Port Hope Simpson, who celebrated 61 years of marriage this past Monday.
Happy 91st birthday to Belinda Hutchings of Cowhead, now living in Norris Point.
Happy birthday to Helen Walsh of Deer Lake. She's turning 97.
Happy 95th birthday tomorrow to Marianne Whedon of Dundee, Scotland. She came to Newfoundland in 1946 as a war bride who raised her family in Broad Cove, Conception Bay North, and now lives in Freshwater.
And happy birthday to Katie Buzane from Bishops Falls, who's celebrating her 91st birthday this Sunday.
Birthday greetings to Hilary Jesso of Stephenville, who celebrated his 91st birthday on Monday.
And happy 57th anniversary today to Boyce and May Vivian in Hare Bay.
Happy 65th anniversary to Jesse and Gerald White of Pasadena. They will celebrate this Tuesday.
And happy 91st birthday to Louise Jarrett from Greens Pond, now living in New West Valley.
Happy birthday to Keywood Boone of Lassie, who will celebrate his 96th birthday tomorrow.
And happy 61st anniversary to Warwick and Helen Winter of Badgers Key, who celebrated on March the 16th.
Happy 94th birthday to Wilford Lavallée from Blanc-Sablon, Quebec, who celebrated on Wednesday.
Congratulations, everybody.
Fine crowd.
Indeed, and the weekend's upon us. Talked about that in a bit, but we have some business to get through.
Yes, have a look at the viewer photo of the day. Just love
so
this shot.
So it's not the Strait of Belle Isle.
No, not even close.
Down to the port of
Stephenville. Yeah, great shot. Randy Alexander sent this in. Thank you so much for this beautiful shot of all the ice.
Let's know where he's standing there, but
yeah.
That's pretty. So that's sunset or sunrise in your estimation? That's got to be rise, right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Sunrise is in the east. I don't know.
Okay, thank you very much, Randy. Now, you mentioned we have kind of a mixture of stuff that we're faced with on the weekend and tomorrow.
Some rain tonight, and then rain in the morning, and then we get a little bit of a break where that's the get the stink of house off you moment where you just get out and try to enjoy it. It still will be a bit cloudy because then more rain coming through on Saturday night.
St. John's Morning Show's patented that, so we got to pay them now. Hope to have a bee update. It'll be good weather on the weekend.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping to see how much honey they ate and maybe give them some more.
Excellent. So get that on Monday. I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you then.
Good night. Have a great weekend.